Welcome to Real Talk for Real Life, where we're realizing everyone is always learning and living your full experience. I'm Coach C, your host, and today I want to talk about something that sits at the core of my coaching philosophy: vision. You hear me talk about vision all the time because vision is vital for victory in this thing called life. I always say you have to see it before you see it. I talk about vision boards. I talk about faith. I reference the good book where it says, without a vision, the people perish. I reference Einstein's quote that imagination is a preview of life's coming attractions. Why? Because all of these concepts point to the same truth. Before anything can exist externally, it must first exist internally. Every invention, every business, every book, every dream, every accomplishment, it all began as a thought, a vision, a glimpse of something that did not yet exist. The beautiful thing is that every one of us has been equipped with the ability to imagine, create, dream, and envision. Yet so many people struggle with vision. I've heard people say, Coach C, that's hard for me. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what my gift is. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And my response is always the same. Let's start with the clues. What keeps you awake at night because you can't stop thinking about it? What problem do you wish you could solve? What excites you? What breaks your heart? What are you naturally good at? What do people constantly come to you for? What would you pursue if fear wasn't sitting in the driver's seat? Those questions aren't random. They're breadcrumbs. They're clues. They're signposts pointing toward your purpose. The challenge is that most people never follow the clues because they're waiting on validation. They're waiting for someone to tell them they're good enough. They're waiting for permission. They're waiting for support. They're waiting for applause. They're waiting for someone else to see what God has already shown them. And that's where many dreams died. Not because the vision wasn't real, not because you're not capable, but because you choose validation over vision. You have allowed the opinions of people with no assignment on their life to become louder than the calling placed within you. Can I tell you something? Everybody is not going to understand your vision. Everybody is not going to support your vision. Everybody is not going to celebrate your vision. And that's okay because the vision wasn't given to everybody, it was given to you. The reality is that most people don't need more confirmation, they need more courage: courage to start, the courage to fail, the courage to learn, the courage to grow, the courage to pursue something before they have evidence that it will work. That's called faith. Faith is often taking the first step before the staircase appears. Vision is seeing the destination before the journey begins. And validation? Validation often arrives after you've already done the work, after you've taken the risk, after you've stayed committed, after you refuse to quit. So, on this Motivational Monday, I want to challenge you to stop asking for permission, stop polling the audience, stop shrinking your dream to fit someone else's comfort zone, stop waiting for validation. Make the vision plain, make it clear, write it down, pray over it, work for it, pursue it with everything you've got, because the people living their purpose aren't necessarily the most talented. They aren't necessarily the smartest. They're often the ones who had the courage to trust the vision before anyone else believed in it. Remember this: you don't need everybody to see it. You just need to see it. And if you can see it, believe it, and pursue it consistently, one day The thing that lived only in your imagination will become your reality. Here's your fearless homework. This week's fearless homework is called Vision Audit. I want you to write down one dream, goal, business, career move, or passion project you've been delaying. Under it, answer, what's stopping me? Is it a real obstacle or a need for validation? Whose approval am I waiting for? And then write one sentence that starts with, the vision God placed inside of me is. And then take one action within the next 48 hours. Buy the domain, register the LLC, post the content, sign up for the class, submit the application, make the call, end the exercise by saying this: I choose vision over validation. I do not need permission to pursue my purpose. Listen, don't let someone else's lack of vision become the reason you abandon yours. The people clapping today weren't in the room when God gave you the assignment. This is Coach C reminding you that your vision is bigger than anyone else's validation. See it before you see it. This is Real Talk, where we're realizing everyone is always learning and living your full experience. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and Facebook. My handle is at Real Talk for Real Life. That's L.Y.F.E. for more inspiration, merchandise, and motivation between episodes. This is Coach C. I'll see you in the next one.